Hi, hello, and welcome to Paisa Vasool. As always, I'm your host, Shravan. We've got Taran here with us.
Hello.
And we're back with another review. This time we're talking about superstar Rajinikanth's Vettaiyan. We just watched it last night, and we'll get into our thoughts on it spoiler-free first, but we will jump into spoilers later. I guess a little bit about the movie. It's got quite a big cast, probably too many to name, but the key ones, apart from Rajinikanth, would be, I guess, Amitabh Bachchan, Fahad Fazil,
Rana, Manju Warrior. And there's another, I don't know who it is, but there's another lady cop in it.
Rita Sus.
Yeah, she's probably one of the other main characters.
So quite a big cast, and it's dealing with an encounter cop or a cop that specializes in encounter specialist.
Is encounter specific, is that a Indian term? Or do they use that in other parts of the world?
I think we've heard it a lot in Indian films, but I think it is a term that is used in other parts of the world.
Okay.
Well, encounter being that the cop has a license to go and kill a criminal. So he's a specialist. Rajinikanth is a specialist in that, and then he deals with, I guess, multiple societal issues. It's quite a serious film because it deals with sort of multiple issues throughout the movie. I guess we can get into our thoughts on it. What did you think of it?
Thought it was pretty good. I don't think I loved it, but overall it was a pretty decent movie. What you think is going to be a murder mystery kind of changes into something else, but also the mystery aspect was, for me personally, I didn't find it too much of a mystery because there's one character that doesn't get introduced, and I knew he was in the movie because he's in the trailer. He doesn't get introduced for a while, and they're trying to find who did this murder. And I'm like, oh, it's him because he's in this movie.
Well, he hasn't been introduced
yet. Yeah.
And he's obviously, even when they have the titles for the film, he's
like one of
the main ones that comes up. And, when he hasn't been introduced yet, it kind of gives it away where this is going to go next. But I did enjoy the first half. I guess
the second half was not as good, was it? The first half was better
because it ends the first half with a bit of a mystery. So, like in the second half, you're kind of looking forward to what are they going to do in the second half?
I guess it ends the first half with the mystery, and even though we knew who the mystery would lead to, we didn't know why, which was
like
good
what would play into that.
Yeah.
In terms of my positives, I thought. I know some people don't like this because Rajinikanth isn't playing like his usual type character. Like it doesn't really have his mannerisms it's not really.
He still does. He does.
Here and there. Like it's not masked though. He kind of plays a character that's true to what needs to be there for the story. But then at the same time, they kind of do.
They do elevate him. Yeah, he's still like farts like 20 guys.
Yeah, they still try to. And I think that's where the movie kind of falters, is that I think they either should have stuck to like a serious, more realistic way of storytelling, or they should have just gone full mass and did like Rajinikanth in this role with the same story, but just go full all out, do something.
I'd say it's closer to the mass side than the non-mass side, especially with the fights and stuff.
With the fights, but then the actual story, I think it's
a bit not more, as much. Yeah.
And I just don't. It doesn't have like the normal elevations, but I thought he was good. I haven't seen a lot of his movies recently, but I thought.
Yeah, I think it's like on par with maybe Jailer, which is also like pretty good, but has its flaws.
Yeah.
That's probably more of a mass movie than this, but it's about as good as that, I would say.
And the other thing I would say is, I guess it would be a negative, is despite its quite stellar cast, I think basically everyone's underutilized except probably Amitabh Bachchan. I think he does a decent role for what he's in it for, and he does well in it. And obviously Rajinikanth does well in it, but I think that the rest of them.
I liked Fahad Fazil.
He was good, but did it need to be someone like Fahad Fazil in that role? I feel like it didn't need to be someone with his level of prestige, because he's a very good actor.
Yeah. I thought he was more kind of comedic almost. Like,
Yeah, he was the comic relief.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I liked him too, but I just didn't think it was.
yeah,
And same with Rana. Like, that definitely didn't need to be Rana.
yeah.
Not really up to his standards in terms of, you know, the kind of characters he should be doing. And even the rest of them, like Manju Warrior's basically
Yeah, Manju Warrior is pretty much wasted.
not in it. So I think that's one of the downsides. Anirudh composed the music for this one again. I mean, the music
It wasn't as good as Devara. Devara music was
better.
much
Yeah,
better.
and even like going back to like Jailer, it wasn't as good as Jailer in terms of
Yeah.
the music. I guess he tried with the background score.
I don't know. The background score was all right, but it wasn't like.
It felt a bit like they were trying a bit too hard in some places. Like it was kind of like unnecessary elevations when it didn't really need to be there. But yeah, I thought that it is kind of a slow story as well. Like it's not fast paced. I didn't mention the director, so it's T.J. Gnanavel, who previously directed J-Beam, which I haven't seen, but it was a very well received film and critically well received as well. So I think he's more known for doing like slightly more realistic movies with like societal themes, which he does tackle in this as well. Yeah, I think he played outside his kind of range. Maybe he's not kind of a Marcy kind of director.
Yeah.
But when you cast Rajinikanth, I guess you got to
do a certain amount of that. Yeah.
I thought the action was not that great, to be honest. Like it was okay, but
there was actually this one scene where it was like first person. It was like first person him fighting this group of people. I thought that looked really awkward. Yeah. Like, especially the other guys like coming in, like you see them purposefully missing the camera.
Yeah.
It looked not great. I thought I see what they were trying to do, but it didn't work.
And you got to play within, I guess, Rajinikanth's
physical limitations.
Yeah. So with that, I think some of the action just didn't look as good. Like I don't think he's even doing most of the action, but still, like it didn't look that great. I guess in Jailer, he does a bit of action.
It's more like guns and stuff in Jailer. Yeah. It's not that much like hand-to-hand stuff. Yeah.
And I think in Jailer, he's playing a character much closer to his actual
age.
Whereas in this,
he is as well.
He's older in this as well. Like he's not playing someone in his 30s. I think he's still like 60 or something in the movie. I do like that he's playing characters that are sort of more suited to his actual age as well. I can't fully recommend it though. Like
I'd say it's definitely worth a watch, but I wouldn't go out to the theater and watch it. I'll definitely watch it on streaming, and I would recommend it for streaming, but I wouldn't recommend it for theater.
And we watched it opening night, and admittedly, the theater we went to probably isn't the most like Marcy theater in terms of the crowd, but it was a decently filled theater, and there wasn't.
I don't think it's that kind of movie.
It's not. Yeah. I think if we watched it in another like more crowded theater, there would have been some moments, probably, but there's not. Yeah, it's not really that kind of crowd pleasing kind of movie, and I think where it falls flat is probably the second half. I think they set up a mystery at the end of the first half, and
once it's kind of unraveled.
It's unraveled very quickly. It's unraveled within the first 20 minutes of the second half.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the second half, you know where it's going to go.
But it takes its time to go there.
Anything else? Non-spoiler?
No, not really. Like I said, it's not bad, but it's
better than... people are going to hate us for this, but it's better than Devara, I reckon. Yeah.
I think it's better than Devara.
Is it better than Goat?
Probably on par with the Goat. Or maybe it's better than Goat.
Yeah, I think... I don't know. I enjoyed Goat more than this, but it could just be...
It's probably on that level or just a little bit better.
Yeah.
But it's definitely better than Devara. Yeah. The only thing that Devara's got better than this is the music, and that's it.
You're not going to be like disappointed that you watch it, but at the same time...
You're probably not going to... I would go in with high expectations, then you might be disappointed, but yeah.
Shall we jump into some spoilers?
Yeah.
I guess in the first one, they set up the mystery of there's a murder that happens, and they do spend sort of considerable time with, getting you emotionally invested in that character, and then the murder, and even after the murder as well, there's considerable time spent on that. But then once they jump into sort of the investigation, it does get interesting.
Yeah, I thought that first, they do take their time to kick off the story. It's almost like 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was like, once it actually kicks into what the movie's about, it's, at least 40 minutes into the runtime. But then, once they jump into the investigation, once he brings the team together, so he brings like the Rita Sus, Fahad Fazil, the bald dude.
Some other guy.
The bald dude who looked like he was up to no good from the beginning.
From the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, once he brings the team together, and they get to the end of the first, or like about 15 minutes before the end of the first half, and you feel like they seemingly solved the mystery, and they figured out who the culprit was, and they kill him in an encounter. But then it's revealed that perhaps that person was actually innocent. So one of the issues that this movie deals with is whether it's ethical to perform encounters without letting justice kind of serve or go through the court system and go through the actual justice system, rather than a cop sort of making that decision on his own. So that's one of the issues. And I did like it that Rajinikanth does have a bit of an arc as well. Like, he's not like a flawless character. He kind of learns throughout the movie, and he does have an arc at the end where he actually doesn't do an encounter when he
had the option to do it.
He could definitely have done it. I think he had enough evidence to probably do it, but he didn't. What we're talking about in the second half, though, was obviously they figure out that at the end of the first half, they figure out that the person they killed actually was probably innocent. And within 20 minutes of the second half, they figure out who it is, essentially.
Yeah.
And they figure it out quite easily. Like, it wasn't
difficult to figure out. And we knew it was going to be Rana because he wasn't.
Yeah, so he's not introduced.
And everyone else is introduced, so it's got to be him.
So he's the only one.
Yeah.
And he's like the fourth top billing actor, and he's not in it yet. So obviously he's the villain. And he's not like even a villain that's got layers or anything. He's just a bad
guy. Just likes money. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was pretty one-dimensional, I guess. Like you said, it probably didn't need to be Rana.
Definitely didn't need to. Like, it reminded me of like, when they get like North Indian villains.
Yeah, it was like, what's his name? The other guy.
Saif Ali Khan.
Saif Ali Khan, yeah.
But I was thinking like, in like Katti, the villain in Katti.
I can't remember who the villain in Katti is.
So it's Neil Nitin Mukesh.
Okay.
And it's like, they got him, but there's like nothing to that character.
Yeah.
Or like Arjun Rampal in that Balakrishna.
Bhavan's Kesari.
It's like that. Like, you didn't need an actor to, like a well-known actor to play that character.
Rana is a bit odd in terms of he's very specific with his movie selections.
Yeah.
But then he did this. But maybe it was just to work with Rajinikanth.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he does a lot. I think him and Faisal probably did this to work with
Rajinikanth. Is he also in Coolie?
No.
No, okay.
He was in Vikram.
He was in Vikram, yeah. But that's not the same universe as Coolie.
No. Does he die in Vikram?
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Vijay Sethupathi dies though, I think.
He was the villain, yeah. But yeah, lots of like well-known actors actually just do movies with Rajinikanth to do a movie with Rajinikanth. Like Vijay Sethupathi did that movie with Rajinikanth.
Peta.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even his next movie's got quite a...
His next movie's got so many people in it.
Upendra Nagarjuna, got Shruti Hassan, I think's in it.
Yeah.
There's quite a few people.
I agree with you that Rana probably didn't need to be in this movie. Yeah. But I enjoyed... The role was probably beneath Fahad Fazil, but I still enjoyed what he did for it.
Yeah.
And he probably didn't need to die. They don't really
that's the other thing.
Yeah.
I think he definitely didn't need to die.
Yeah.
I don't think that was necessary. Because like, it didn't really add any additional
It didn't add anything to the story.
Because like, you already knew Rana was bad, and two other people have already died because of Rana. or like 3, or quite a few people actually have died because of him already at that stage.
Yeah.
So they didn't really need to kill Fahd Fazil
An
as
additional
well.
person.
But I did like his character. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's a different character to what I've seen him do previously.
Actually, when they did the first murder that happens, for some reason I thought it might be Fahd Fazil.
Yeah, I just thought he might take like a turn or something. Like, yeah.
That's why they got him, because it's like a really mysterious character. But no, it was just like
I always like think back to him in Pushpa as like the baseline.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is such a different character to what he played there.
Anirudh's in a song as a cameo.
Yeah. I think he likes Rajinikanth.
I think most people like him. So
he will do the music for Cooley as well,
yes.
I expect. So
he is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he already composed like one song for it.
Okay.
Or like a tune for it. Yeah, he's in one song. I think there is only one song, like a song. Song.
It's really oddly placed as well.
Yeah, it's just like an introduction song for Manju Warrior.
Yeah. It's kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah. There was also a part where they never allude to this, but like Manju Warrior just gets a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen Crack before?
No.
The Ravi Teja movie.
Yeah.
There's a scene really similar in that movie where like the goons go to attack. Ravi Teja is a cop in that movie as well. And then the goons go to attack Shruti Hassan, who's his wife in that movie. And then Shruti Hassan like bashes them all up.
I thought that they would do a thing where, because they never show what house she's in properly. So I thought they would do a thing where like the goons go in and they realize that she's not there because Rajinikanth relocated her. I thought that's what they were going to do, but she just gets a gun and shoots her.
Gun, yeah.
There's like 5 of them. I'm like, she has a gun, but did the guys just not come with guns?
Yeah.
I don't think they did. I think they just came with
knives. It's got Cartridge in it for a bit.
Yeah, it's got him. So he's the actual guy who did the murder, and he dies pretty quickly after they introduce him. He also only speaks in Telugu because he's actually a Telugu villain.
Actor, yeah.
Like, I think they were kind of trying to do like a, not an Ocean's 11, but like a kind of like a team up type thing with Fahd Fazil and Rita Sus and Rajinikanth, and like having a bit of a team rather than just relying on Rajinikanth.
I thought it was going to like a direction of like a hit movie, but it wasn't to that level.
Quite. Yeah,
it wasn't quite to that level. Yeah, it was heading in that direction and then kind of veered off.
Because then it looks at some other, like it addresses some other issues in the second half. Like it talks about education and kind of addresses multiple things within the movie. Like
I think in terms of the murder mystery, it was probably solved too quickly.
Yeah, I thought it would be more of that in the second half, but they solve it pretty much immediately in the second half, so there wasn't much more to talk about. Yeah, so I don't think there's much else to say about Vettaiyan, but our next review in terms of new releases will be one of the Diwali releases. Probably Singham Returns, but I guess we've already basically seen that movie because we've seen the trailer.
Yeah.
I've never seen a movie with a 4-minute trailer.
Yeah, 5. It's basically 5 minutes because it's like 4 minutes, 55 seconds or something.
Yeah. Completely, like, did you want to leave anything to the actual movie? But
yeah.
We may watch that. I think there's some other releases on Diwali as well. So we'll probably review one of them. We'll see which one is worth watching.
The next huge movie is probably Pushpa, which is about a month or so.
There is Kangula in between.
I thought that got pushed, but I'm not sure.
I think that's coming out in November.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that will be the next big Tamil release.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in terms of Telugu, I think it will be Pushpa. So if you want to support us, how does the audience go about it?
So we're on all platforms at Paisa Vasool. So give us a like and share and subscribe if you can. Yeah.
And follow us on TikTok and Instagram. We post reels on there. Everyone thinks that Tarun is an Ajit fan. So
yes.
Yeah.
Ajit, what is it? Ajit Vettaiyan or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that means like mega fan or like a fanatic. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you are.
I love him. Yeah. What's his next movie?
I think it's coming out soon, actually.
Yeah.
He's doing a remake of a Hollywood film.
Which one?
It's like this older movie with Kurt Russell.
Oh, the snake. What? The one where he's Snake.
No, it's not a particular. I didn't know about the movie, but I looked it up, and it's like when it's about this. It's like a road trip kind of movie, but with action.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like they get caught or something. They get kidnapped in between and held for ransom and stuff. So yeah, obviously you'll know
I
that.
knew that already.
You knew that.
Yes, I knew that because I made that movie. I produced it.
Yeah, I think that is coming out soon. I think it's coming out in November as well. That can be your first Ajit film that as an Ajit fan. All right. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any thoughts on what you thought about Vettaiyan, do let us know in the comments. And we'll see you in the next one for one of the Diwali films.